I have to do a project on sex change operations in Turkey. Where do I look? What should I look for? Let me try the online library on Turkish bioethical history. Okay, so the Quran doesn't mention this topic. Interesting. But what does the Hadith say?
So my thesis would be that while the Quran doesn't mention sex change operations, the Hadith insinuates that they're wrong, but even though Turkey has sex change operations, the bioethics of the environment make it hard to get permission to have the operation. Islam plays a central role in the lives of Muslims in Turkey, yet when it comes to sex change, the religion's influence and its significance is downplayed. This is due to the fact that Islamic faith does not condone such a transformation, as excerpts from the Quran and Hadith emphasize the importance of recognizing Allah's creation of individuals as either male or female. A group of muftis explained the reason why there is no justifiable reason for sex change operations. The muftis describe how there is no explicit mention of transsexual or transgendered individuals in either of the religious texts, yet there is a great importance placed on adhering to one's Allah-created gender. The precedents that this group discusses are as follows. The first is fitra, which means nature, and according to these scholars, Allah created each individual with fitra he believed best suited him or her. Next, there is imitating the opposite gender is considered haram. According to the Hadith, any form of imitation of the opposite gender, particularly in terms of dress and appearance, is considered to be a sin. A man imitating a woman or a woman imitating a man is haram, and as the scholars note, if simply imitating the opposite gender is sinful, then it can be inferred that the process of actually changing one's gender would be much more sinful. Next, do not covet or envy. To not covet or envy in terms of Islamic faith and gender means that Muslims should not yearn for anything more than what Allah has given them. They should be accepting of their destiny provided by Allah. Thus, following every aspect of Islam poses as a difficulty for those who feel that they are trapped in the wrong body. Even though the scholars discuss how there is no justifiable reason to change one's gender, particularly in the name of Allah, there are many cases in which Muslims do not feel as though they have control over their own bodies and identities, and as a result choose to do something about this.
What about the legal history of Turkey? Turkey, as one of the more progressive Middle Eastern nations, legalized sex change operations in 1988. But even so, not everyone is eligible for surgery. According to the Turkey Civil Code, in order to be considered, a candidate must be at least 18 years of age, unmarried, of transsexual nature, and incapable of reproduction. Moreover, judges and health professionals must grant initial and final approval. So what did I learn throughout my project? I learned that although Ali Guma, Shorawi, and other scholars may disagree on bioethical issues, Shirin Hamdi illustrates a crucial point in her book, Our Bodies Belong to God, which is that Islam is highly influential. Despite the fact that there is no explicit mention of sex change operations, nations often draw analogies to the Quran while explaining their policies on sex reassignment. Certainly, the role that Islam plays in these discussions cannot be denied.
Created using Powtoon.